let's do some variety. Let's do some puzzle games, shall we? Yesterday we started the puzzle game called Understand. Really, really cool. If you haven't checked, if you weren't here for it yesterday, I would suggest sticking around and checking it out. It is a puzzle game that is very similar to my favorite single-player game of all time, which is Baba Is You. It's kind of like a reverse Baba Is You. It has similarities to The Witness. And in this game, what you're trying to do is you're trying to deduce what the rules of the level are, and then solve the level, draw a line that satisfies all the rules. So this is the level that we're on now. We're on chapter 4. And each set of puzzles, like this is 4-1 is a set. We have 8 different levels in this set. They all follow the same rules. And at the bottom of this screen, you have 4 dots. That tells you that there are 4 rules in this set. And you have to figure out what each one of these 4 rules are and then draw a line that satisfies all 4 of these rules. Now, on the first level of each set, it shows you a suggested path with a dotted line, saying that this is a correct path that satisfies all 4 rules. And then you got to do a lot of testing. And a lot of testing, guessing, positive and negative hypotheses, and then trying to figure out what the rules are. I think it's really cool. Big brain stuff. Hey, Alex. Glad you're here. Okay, so potentially something like the first rule could be start at a circle. The second rule could be end at a square. The third rule maybe like don't touch a triangle. That looks fine for now. Also, this is a new section or a new chapter. I wonder what this means. This symbol. The symbols associated with each chapter has a hint on what the mechanic is for that chapter. This first chapter was starting at a shape and ending at a shape. Second chapter was about counting the number of shapes, the number of each shape in each level. And chapter 3 was about dividing shapes into different sections, or different dividing shapes into different areas and sections. I don't know what this type means. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what this symbol means. But this is the symbol for chapter 4. Got this game yesterday since it was so cheap. Yeah, this game's like $3 on Steam. And there's a lot of content. All right, so we're thinking first rule, start at a circle. Second rule, end at a square. Third rule, don't touch a triangle. Fourth rule is active like this. It's not active like this. Not active like this. But it is active if you do that. Okay, we'll have to figure out what the fourth rule is. So I'm just going to test my hypotheses again. That works, that works. This obviously does not work. So, why does this satisfy the fourth rule? But this does not. Not sure yet. Whoa. This doesn't satisfy the third rule? Maybe the fourth rule is the length of the line. Yeah, it's possible. This doesn't satisfy the third rule. So my guess that the third rule was don't touch a triangle is not the case. I thought the third rule was don't touch a triangle. But it's not. This works. This doesn't work. Does this work? No. I was also thinking like the symbol kind of looks like it's almost like there's a duplicate. There's 2 things of the same shape. Touch only edge squares. That could be it. No, but this is an edge square. This is an edge square and it's not satisfying the third rule either, or the fourth rule. But that does have This also satisfies the third rule. Why does this satisfies the third rule, but then you go here and it's not satisfied? Maybe. How does this game work? You're trying to figure out what each rule is. There's four, like the dots in the bottom of the screen are each represent a rule for this set of levels, and you're trying to figure out what each rule is, and then you're trying to draw a line that satisfies all of these rules. So first rule, I'm pretty sure is start at a circle. Second rule is end at a square. Third rule and fourth rule, I'm not sure yet. So my intuition told me this, which is like looks similar to these, right? What about this? This satisfies third rule, but not the... Oh, this also satisfies third rule. As someone who spends most of his day programming, this is too close to work to be fun for you. Hey, that's understandable, JCM. The third rule kind of looks like don't touch a triangle, but not exactly. Are we allowed to guess the rules? I would prefer not, since you might actually accidentally get it right, and like if we go to spoiler for me. But if I do get stuck, I will say, hey chat, and I'll ask what kind of ideas chat has. Baba was more fun in this manner? No, I had the same policy in Baba Is You. I didn't allow people suggesting anything for Baba Is You. Unless I was super stuck. I definitely did not allow spoilers in Baba Is You. We had 0 hey chats yesterday. Well, we were close. We were close to getting a hey chat yesterday. Whoa. Okay, why? Why is that? Huh. This satisfies the fourth rule and the third rule. This satisfies third rule. This doesn't. Third rule could be that there's only one. I don't know. Okay, Silex. Third rule could be something about like only one empty square. Like there's two empty regions here, right? And there's only one empty region here. But then what about this? This is tough because this is a new concept. This is a new set or a new chapter that is a completely new concept. This also satisfies the third rule, even though it has two different... Every blank area must have a triangle? Every blank area must have a triangle. Every blank area must have a triangle in it is maybe the third rule. When you do this, there's a blank area here that does not have a triangle in it. Right? Ah. Ah. Okay. Third rule is every blank area must have a triangle in it. That seems kind of consistent with what we know. So what is the fourth rule? Fourth rule has to do with a new mechanic. This triangle is by itself? Hey chat. I'm not ready to do that yet. So this satisfies the fourth rule. Okay, so this is a 4x4 square, right? 4x4 square. This is a 4x4 square. If I just draw the exact same pattern as I drew here, it also satisfies the fourth rule. The fourth rule doesn't seem to have much to do with symbols. It seems to have to do with the shape. It has to do with the area of our path. The area that our path covers. You see this? Exclamation hint QST was the command that you're looking for. So this is not satisfying, but this is. This also satisfies. And it's symmetrical. Is that it? That it's looking for some sort of symmetry in our drawing? This is symmetrical. This is symmetrical, but I think it has something to do with like Do I write hint before or after my message? After your message, or you just don't write the hint? See, like, this is symmetrical. This is symmetrical, and it should satisfy. If it's just symmetry, we can try something that looks kind of symmetric. How do we even draw something that looks kind of symmetric here? I don't even... Can we? Can we even draw something that is symmetric here? I don't think so, because there's like an even number... Oh, wait. Right? Doesn't really work. It's got the witness vibe, yes. Witness vibe. Each blank area must have one triangle in it. This is symmetrical. This line is symmetrical, but it doesn't work. Oh, I thought that was maybe it for a second. Why? Check your rule 3 on 4.1.3 on the top right corner. Yeah, this rule 3 it's valid. Each area only has, each blank area has exactly one triangle. Okay, so it worked as soon as this blank area was like a 2x2 box. Each blank area needs to be a perfect square. Is that it? Each blank area needs to be a perfect square. This blank area is 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 a perfect square. Oh my god. I think we got it. Finally? Come on, QST. Don't give me that finally BS. Is there anything such as an imperfect square? Okay, I don't know. Maybe you got a point. So how do we do perfect square blank areas while only having, while disconnecting these two, oh, like that. By disconnecting these two triangles, there's a one by one here and a 2 by 2 here. So we can try to go for two by 2 squares. Nice. This is fun, yeah. This game is fun. There we go. Easy. Wait, no. What did I do? Here. There we go. This is the final level. On the final level, it doesn't show you if you've satisfied individual rules. It only shows you if you satisfied all the rules or not. So it's like a real test. It's a true test to know if you, to see if you understand each individual rule and what they are. And you have to figure that out before the final level of each set, and then the final level is like a final challenge. Hey, nice. Okay. So what do you think this is exactly? This is maybe the shape of areas. Perhaps chapter 4 is about the shape of areas, whereas chapter 3 was more about the size of areas. After you play this game, you do well in IQ tests. Yeah, it is kind of like an IQ test. Okay, so this satisfies it. We started a circle, ended a square. Third rule has something to do with the triangle again. The shape of the area maybe is a 1 by 2 kind of thing. Right? We're looking for 1 by 2. So if I did like this, see, 1 by 2 works. 1 by 2 works here too. Each area is, whoa. I have played The Witness NWL. It is very similar to this. So like this, right? We start at this circle, end at this square, and then don't have to touch this square, and that gives them a 1 by 2 blank area. This would not work. This does not work. This does not work. This does not work. This does not work. Yeah. So I think we already have it kind of figured out. So what is the third? Maybe the third thing is just, third rule is just don't touch a triangle. How do I? Oh, this is, well, this is tricky. I have to start at this square, or I have to start at this circle, end at this square, and then any blank areas need to be exactly, okay, apparently it doesn't need to be exactly 1 by 2. Apparently 1 by 3 is also valid. Why? Apparently 1 by 3 is also valid. What about 1 by 4? 1 by 4 is also valid, but 1 by 1 is not valid. 1 by 1 is not valid. Okay. So it needs to be like a column or a row. Yikes, this is difficult. Needs to be an imperfect square. Wait, what did I manage to do? These are tricky. These are super tricky. So I need to draw a path so that the empty sections are all 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 1 by 5. I almost have it. This 1 by 5 is probably valid. Like if I do like this, that's valid. Yeah, 1 by 5 is valid. The problem is that the starting point and the ending points are really weird. Once I get to this point, I can't succeed anymore, right? So what if I go like this? Ah! Boom! So we cover these two squares on our way over. We got a 1 by 5 and a 1 by 3 as a blank area. This satisfies the third rule. So as long as we don't touch a triangle, we're good. Easy. First try. Wow. 1 by 2, 1 by 2. Triangle in each. Oh, Lord. Okay. Uh-oh. All right, so the problem is this triangle. This triangle, if the 1 by column, if it's a row going this way, it won't work because it'll touch this one. So this triangle has to go down. The blank area of this triangle has to go down. So it's like either 1 by 2 or 1 by 3. But if it's a 1 by 3, if it's a 1 by 3 blank area, then we cannot cover this area. Like if we go down here, right? If we go down here, we basically just like can't go over this way. So it's got to be a 1 by 2, and then we have to somehow like like this, right? Like this. Boom. Okay, nice. Wow, that was the final level. So a little bit of process of elimination on where the problem issues are. Like these two are not that much of an issue because they can't like touch each other. Their blank areas are parallel and they won't touch each other. Whether you go this way, whether this one goes this way, or this one goes this way, or this one goes this way, or this one goes this way, their blank areas can't intersect. But this one and this one, the blank areas intersect very easily. So this has to go down. And you can determine whether it's a 1 by 2 or 1 by 3. Okay. 3 rules for this set. 4-3. 3 rules for this set. Blank works. On any of these blanks work. If we touch the circle, the first rule is not satisfied. If we touch the circle, the first rule is not satisfied. If we draw a length 2 line instead of a length 1 line, the third rule is not satisfied. And the second rule is... Second rule could also have to do with the circle, I think. Whereas the third rule has nothing to do with the circle. The third rule just has to do with the length of our line or the length of the size of the blank areas. Blank area size 3? Blank area with this type of shape? So it looks like the pattern of this set, this thing right here is just all about the shape of the blank area. The shape of the blank area, and maybe we need this shape. So like this. Like that. Like that. So that's the third rule. What's the first rule is don't touch any circles. Don't touch any circles or don't touch any symbols whatsoever. What is the second rule? I don't know what the second rule is. Whenever we ever... How do I distinguish the second rule from the first rule? Oh. Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. What is this? The first rule is don't touch any circles. But the second rule is fulfilled here. The third rule is also fulfilled here, because I guess there's no blank areas. But what is the second rule? Second rule could be that every blank area should have at least one circle. See, like everything we try, yeah, okay. Every blank area should have one circle. We separate this, it doesn't work. Okay. Well, this is tricky. Nice. Kind of hard to draw. How do we even draw this? What? All of these have to be filled. Everything on the right edge has to be filled. Huh? This looks impossible at first glance. Okay, everything on the right edge has to be filled because the circles that have the Tetris piece, like kind of not Tetris, it's not actually a Tetris piece, a corner piece. The circles have to be part of some sort of like corner shape, right? So none of the blank areas can reach this far right side wall, which means we have to draw through the far right side wall, and then we have to like draw through here. Have to draw through this one as well. Seems impossible. Because we have too many like... There's too many starting points. Like, I have to start here, but I also have to start here, and I also have to start here. Like, either start or end at one of these, at all three of these points. Maybe? Maybe not, maybe? Like, yeah, it's... How are we doing this? Wait? If only I could have, like, this square filled in. If I could have this square filled in, we could almost do it, but then like, God. This square is a problem. This specific square is a problem. I feel like I have to start at... That's almost, right? Like, I just have this like corner piece that I can't get to. Okay. I'm gonna try... I'm gonna try to skip that level and go straight to the... Man, this is... Nope, that's not gonna work. Nope, that's not gonna work. Like, this one is just like stuck now. Maybe... Nope. What the hell? Nope. Nope. These all have problems because I can't like link back. What if I did something like... No. How do we draw this line? Okay. Like, I know what the rules are. I just need to figure out how to draw this freaking line. It's not just size 3. It needs to actually be like this specific shape, this corner shape. Like here we have the 2 corner shapes, but then the circle's not in there. So is this our first hey chat moment? All right. Before I ask chat for help, does anybody think they see the solution on how to draw the line and which position to start and end at the line so that we can satisfy the rules that as we understand them, which is we're looking for 2 blank areas that are both corner pieces type of shape, like here, here, here. This being a blank area would work. Can we give hints now? Not yet. I'm just wondering if people have figured it out yet. If it's just me. You have a solid guess? Corzin says try larger corner shape. Larger corner shape. Oh. Huh. So a bigger scaled up version also works. But this doesn't work. The corner shape has to be symmetrical. It can't be one by, you know, one side, one thing jutting out on one side and 2 things jutting out on the other side. I thought maybe this could work if it was just looking for a corner, because this is actually satisfying first 2 rules, but it's not satisfying the 3rd rule. So we could have like this way, and this way. Oh my god. So my assumption, I was working from the wrong assumption the entire time. My assumption was that the shape had to be exactly that 3-piece corner shape, but it can be any symmetrical corner shape. Okay. Remember at the very beginning I thought like I had to cover all of these squares, but with this bigger size corner shape I don't have to cover all these squares and it makes it much easier. I think it was impossible. I think it is impossible to do the small size corner shapes for this one. Okay, so that helps us here too, right? You had a completely different answer but works? Oh, really? You had a completely different answer for this level. So this way. Really? Can you have a different answer starting bottom middle? I don't see how that's possible. It's yeah, the line you were trying to draw is really impossible, yeah. You were close so many times. 3 plus 5. Is this possible? Doesn't look possible. Anyways, I'm moving on. Okay. So maybe something like this is tricky. Oh, nice. I feel like this one probably has multiple solutions, but you probably do need the corners of different sizes. I think if you have only the small corners, I think it's probably really maybe impossible as well. Okay, nice. So yeah, this theme of this chapter of chapter 4 is all about the shapes of the areas. The shapes of the areas. First rule is don't touch any symbols. Maybe. Not sure what the second rule is. Third rule has something to do with the shape of the blank areas. And the second rule is like the circles need to be separated from each other and the squares need to be separated from each other. Something like that. There's some sort of mathematical explanation to the shape of those, yeah? Like a name for it? Okay. So that just helps us confirm that the second rule indeed is separation of squares and circles. What is that? When is the third rule not satisfied? Like this. Maybe it says something to do with like blank areas must be the same size as each other. Blank areas must be the same size as each other. And the second rule is like each blank area must have at least one circle and one square. No, not a single exploding cucumber yet, yeah. Okay, that is valid. Yeah. Okay. I think we're getting it, right? First rule, don't touch any symbols. Second rule, each blank area should have one circle and one square. Third rule, blank area should be of the same shape and size. Same shape and size. Um... Uh... Same shape and size and orientation. So the 1x3 is not considered the same shape as a 3x1. So... Huh... Huh... Yikes? There we go. Haha, okay. Interesting. Whoa. Okay, so we have to somehow visualize two separate blank areas that include one circle and one square each that are the exact same shape, size, and orientation. Jesus. How? How? Squiggly? Like this? No, that's not gonna work. How? Obviously, like 3x3 square is not gonna work because then they would be the blank areas would be touching each other, and that doesn't work. Like this shape doesn't work because you can't draw this exact shape that includes these two. We need like something with a vertical of 3. Something with a vertical of 3 somewhere. Whoa. Wow. Wow. What? How? So this square has to be, we have to draw through this tile. Because if this tile is blank, then it will connect both of these, and that's not good, right? So we'll definitely have to draw through this tile. Which means we have to draw through these two tiles as well. Maybe not. Maybe if we start here, we might not have to draw through the other tile. It's an extraordinary shape. It's an unnatural shape. Maybe like a not symmetric type of shape. I'm thinking something with like a long handle, like a handle of 3. Hey, Preda. Something with like a long handle of 3, but then how do we get the horizontal movement over? So if we had like something like this, right? Let's say the shape was like this. This was the blank area of the shape. And then you would have this go like this. But then I don't know how we can like just draw, like we can't have this shape cut off another area completely. So, but if it's only 4 vertical, then this would be like this and it would touch here. I'm doing very well. I hope you are too, Preda. What if it's like downwards? Does this make any sense? No. That shape can't fit to touch those. What if it's like, no. What if it's like that? No, that would touch each other. What if it's like this? Something along the lines like this. This is the shape of the blank area. Okay, maybe? Almost. This would almost work except this. What if the shape of the blank area was like this? No, that's too big. That's too big, right? What about like this? No, almost. Like this? No, that's... God damn. This shape? A 3x4 with the corners cut out. A 3x4 with the corners cut out. No, I can't. Can't draw that. It's almost doable. Oh? 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 We have it, right? We just gotta start here? Is that it? I think that's it. Oh, man. Oh, what? Wow. Wow. What is? Oh, man. Vertical of 4 with like a box to the top right and a box to the bottom left. You kind of felt like we needed some stair shape somewhere. Yeah. Somewhat of a stair shape so that like you have this one can include them on the sides and this one can include them in the middle vertically. Did we need this extra? Could we make it like I guess not. I was thinking if we could cut off this bottom 2 tiles, but then if we cut off the bottom 2 tiles, we lose the square here. And if we cut off the top 2 tiles, then we lose the circle up here. Final level. Final level. Okay, don't touch any squares or circles. Each blank area should have exactly 1 square and 1 circle, and the blank areas need to be the exact same size, shape, and orientation. Jesus. This looks ridiculous. This looks ridiculous. What? I mean, this is... Is there a way? It should be this pair. This one should be paired with this one, and this one should be paired with this one. It should not be. Well, I mean, could it be? I'm just trying to think if it could be maybe the other way around. Could we pair the outside ones with each other? No, right? Because if we pair the outside ones with each other, it means that the blank space must have a vertical reach of 5 tiles. And then if the blank space is a vertical reach of 5 tiles somewhere, I mean, yeah, I don't think it would work. So it should be this one with this one, and this one with this one. And so something like this, right? Something like this. This is a blank shape, and then this one will go like that. And then so we start here. It's a little hard to draw. It's actually quite difficult to draw because like I need this square, but then I don't get this square. But I'm like somewhat on the right track, right? Something like this. But it's not exactly right because I have an extra square on the bottom and then not an extra blank here, and I need to have the blank here. So I need to figure out like a shape that works not only for containing both circles and squares, but also a shape that works that allows me to actually draw a line that is physically possible to draw. And it needs to be at least 3 horizontal on each side. 3 horizontal, 3 vertical. Yeah. Can we do that? Oh, it's so close. It's so close. I just needed to start I needed to start one square to the right. Start here, and then it works. Ah! Ah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so my my shape, the idea of my shape works. The original idea, which was 3 by 3 by 3, like a Tetris, yeah, like a bigger version of a Tetris piece. Wait a sec. What's up, QST? Do you have a different idea? Wouldn't it just work if you started on the same space and just draw stairs? Like that? Like these are the same shape. The blank areas are the same shape, but they're not in the same orientation. Remember, this one requires it to be the exact same orientation. It cannot be like a flip or a mirror or something of each other. Your solution is quite complicated. The target is symmetrical. You could have made the path symmetrical too. You think so? Starting up next to the upper circle would work as well. Starting here? I don't think so. You cannot draw this path from a different starting point. Can you? Well, maybe, like this? Yeah, I guess that works too. Wait, no. I messed up somewhere. I messed up here. Is this a symmetrical shape though? Is this a symmetrical path? Yeah, I guess there's like fewer corners. There's fewer corners to this new path, or there's like fewer sharp like multi turns, but it still works. Yeah, not quite symmetrical, is it? It's close, kind of close. Fun, yeah, that's cool. Whoa, 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 whoa! Look at these new symbols have popped up for like level 6 and 7 or chapter 6 and 7. Wow, wonder what those could be. First rule is don't touch any stars. Second rule seems like the one of the more finicky ones. Second rule is each blank shape should have 1 star. Third rule is that the shapes should be symmetrical. The blank area should be symmetrical. That's the third rule. And the fourth rule, not symmetrical, but the blank shape, the blank area should be the same size? I don't know what the fourth rule is. Fourth rule could be like they shouldn't be exactly the same orientation. Like this is the exact same orientation. They're not the exact same orientation. They're not the exact same shape, size, and orientation. But then the third rule that they're the same number of tiles is not satisfied. So we need to make something like that, where they're the same number of tiles, but they're not the exact same shape, size, and orientation. Okay? Okay? What is, oh my god, there's squares now? Okay. Um... Oh. There we go. Huh. Okay. So maybe the second rule is not that they need to have one of each symbol in them, is just that they cannot have duplicate symbols in them. Like if I did something like this, third rule is not satisfied. Why? Which, What? How can I do this with only one square? So what exactly is the third rule? I thought the third rule was that the blank areas have the same size, which is satisfied here, but the third rule has something to do with shapes. Why does that work? The third rule actually works for that. All right, so what are the rules again? First rule is don't touch any shapes. Second rule is a blank area should not have two of the same symbol. Right? Yes. A blank area should not have two of the same symbol. Yeah, it could be like a stricter version of the rule that I'm thinking of, that I was assuming that's not actually correct, or even or a looser version of the rule maybe. First rule is don't touch any shapes. Second rule is this: a blank area should not have two of the same symbol. What's the third rule? How is this satisfying third and fourth rule? I guess it satisfies the third and fourth rule because there's only one blank area. There's nothing to compare. Like the third and fourth rules have to do with comparisons of the blank areas, and they have to be like the same. I feel like pen and paper would make this game easier. The fourth rule was that the blank areas cannot be of the same exact size, shape, and orientation. They need to be like kind of mirrored of each other or something, right? I thought the third rule was just that they had to be the same size. The two blank areas had to be the same size, but apparently not. That satisfies the third rule. They're the same size and they have the same number of symbols in them. Maybe there's an additional caveat, is that the third rule, they have to be the same size and they also have to have the same number of symbols in them. It's not just the same size. It needs to be the same size and shape, but not necessarily orientation. So this satisfies the third rule. This is satisfying the third rule. They have the same size and orientation. There are duplicates of shapes, which doesn't satisfy the second rule. How? How would I do this? There has to be at least two blank areas, right? What if there were three blank areas? What if the idea is to have three blank areas? That would be so hard. So the blank areas have to at least be a corner shape, because if it's just 1x2, I can't have three unique. I think that's probably what it is, that we need three blank areas. We need three blank areas, and it needs to be like a weird corner shape thing. So like we have a corner here, we have a corner here, and then we have a corner like here. No, that doesn't work. That's the same shape as this one. Are you sane? You see the shape already? I'm surprised. I don't see the shape personally. What if we try... What if we try just like this? Why is the second one not satisfied? Why is the second rule not satisfied? I thought the second rule was... I don't even have the second rule right. I thought the second rule was that blank areas cannot have duplicates of the same shape, which we don't. But maybe it's blank. What? What the hell? So this does not work. What about this? This works. Why? What? This satisfies the second... Okay, if this satisfies the second rule, then we have something, right? We have something. If this satisfies the second rule, we can satisfy the second... We can... But we haven't satisfied... Well, we can satisfy the second rule with 1 square and 2 stars. But why does this work? What if we did it the other way? This does not work. So... stars and squares are not the same. They're not equivalent. They're not interchangeable. The second rule is it cannot have more than 1 star in it. It's allowed to have more than 1 square in it, but not 1 star? Wait, what? I'm confusing myself now. What? The second... Okay, so we can have 2 shapes. 2 blank areas, one of them that has a... that has a square and one of them doesn't. So I mean, it kind of just like this, right? Oh my god. Why is this not correct? Okay, this does satisfy the second rule, but why is the third rule not correct? Okay, it's because this shape cannot be rotated into this shape. The third rule allows for rotation, but this is not rotation, this is mirroring. So what I need is this. My god. Do you guys realize what just happened? This is the same Tetris piece as this. This is the same Tetris piece as this. If you rotate it, you get the same shape. This is not the same Tetris piece as this. No matter how much you rotate this, you're not gonna get this. They're mirrors of each other, and so like they're different. You know what? When you play Tetris, these two are actually distinctively different pieces, and some gaps this can fit into, but this cannot fit into. Okay. Okay. So can we do some sort of like... This is gonna be tricky. Okay, can we do like a Tetris piece thing here, where it's like this, and then it's like... Nope. Maybe we can do like... Yikes. This looks bad. This looks very bad. So the smallest size... Would this work? I really doubt this would work. I highly doubt it. Yeah, because like this is the exact same as this. It doesn't satisfy rule 4, and this is the exact same as this. So I have to... The smallest size that could possibly work is this shape. Small size that could possibly work is this shape, or like this shape. But we have this, and then this, and then this, and this. Can we draw that? Oh my god. Whoa. This looks like an alien cheering. It's like doing a raising his arms, and that's like the alien head. Or I don't know. Symmetrical shape, yo. Yeah. Okay, nice. Final boss of this set. So we're not going to be able to do this shape. We have to be bigger than it has to be bigger than a 1x2. We can't do this shape because if we did this shape, then this would get connected. Like, if we wait, could we? No, right? We can't do this shape because, like, if we do this shape, then this one would have to be like this. And then this one would have to be like that, and then there would be this like empty square here that we can never draw. We have to draw into this square, but we can't leave this square. So it's not the corner shape. It has to be a different shape. We could do maybe like this kind of shape. And then this could be like this kind of shape. Here, here, and here. Something like that. Or it could also be like this. So that's a starting area. And then I think I'm too good. We can't freaking lose, baby. And I think we just get it. Tetris shape OP. Wow. We have unlocked chapter 6. Still have a lot of sets to go in chapter 4. Okay. 3 rules. First rule, don't touch a square. Second rule, maybe second rule is like blank areas need to be of... Second rule is at least 1 square in each blank area. Yeah. Second rule, at least one each area, each blank area has 1 square. Third rule, blank areas are different scaled sizes of each other. Okay, second rule is not what I thought it was. You can have multiple blank squares in one area. but it has something to do with like a 1x1 scaled up to a 2x2. See? So what is the second rule? What is the second rule? First rule, don't touch a square. There was here some stuff that allows the second rule is satisfied, but the third rule is not satisfied. Not sure. Could be to do with like at least there's at least more than one. Maybe the second rule is just that like you have more than one blank area. They don't want you to. They don't want to allow that you have. They don't want to do a loophole that allows you to only do one blank area. One by two scaled up into a two by four. 1x2 scaled up into 2x4. So I need a 1x3 blank area here. Whoa. Okay, this is kind of tricky. Okay, so these two like that. Nice. These two have to be together, which means they at least make a 1x2 square, and then we can scale that up into a 2x4 square on this side. Okay, this is interesting. So we have a 4x4, right? Obviously, like, that looks like... So it's not just scaled up. The third rule is not just scaled up, it's exactly double. So we needed a 2x2 square here to be exactly... for this to be exactly double of that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So, like, there's a 4x4 square here, and then you could have, like, a 2x2 square here, but I can't draw a line without cutting into these blank areas. Maybe this isn't supposed to be one big 4x4? Uh-oh. What now? Yeah, exactly. That is tricky. I tried something. Apparently 3 blank areas doesn't work. 2 blank areas would work though? So it has to be exactly 2 blank areas. I was thinking of doing something with 3 blank areas, but it doesn't seem to work. 2 blank areas. So we could have like a... Jesus. Like, I mean, if... Okay, so it should be a 1 and a 3. The 2 blank areas, one of them contains 1 square and the other one contains 3 squares. So if we contain 3 squares, we could have like something like this. And then a smaller version of this would be like this. Right? But how do we draw that? I think that's the case. I think maybe we go this way, and we almost have it, right? Is that okay? No. It has to be exactly the same orientation as well. So I think we do this. Oh. I need to This is an issue. Should be okay. What if I do this? Huh? Really? That's not right? Is that not right? If I doubled the size of this square, if I double the size of this thing, isn't it this? I... My mind is breaking. I think it's actually... I think this square... What? Oh no, it's this shape. These are also blank. These are also blank. Double this is actually this shape. Okay. So we do that. Okay. Okay. I knew something looked wrong. I knew something looked wrong. Because it had the same thickness as this, which should also, the thickness should also get doubled, right? Okay, final boss. Whoa. Can we do it? Can we do two separate empty areas that include two squares each? That doesn't look possible. Because if it includes two squares, then it's going to have a height of 4, which then gets doubled into a height of 8, which can't fit on the map. Right? And same thing with this way. Like, we have a length of 6, gets doubled into a length of 12, it's not going to fit on the map. So we need the... Basically, I think, like... I think the shape needs to look like something like this. The big blank area looks like this, which is 8 length, 8 length and 4 height. And then that gets divided by 2 into a 4 length and 1 height. But... Okay, so the 4 length and 1 height is going to be here. And then we draw like that. Boom! It's too good. Big L, yeah. Big L. Wow. That is cool. That is cool. This is a really interesting concept. Man. Alright. Okay, so first two rules are probably very similar. Is this from the Baba Is You devs? No, it's not. I don't think so. First two rules is very similar, but what's the third rule? Third rule, 1 and 1 by 2? 1 by 1, 1 by 2 doesn't work. 1 by 1 and like... Okay. Whoa. Okay, so like it allows a 1 by 1 and a corner piece. It does not allow a corner piece in a 1x2. Second rule is not satisfied. Third rule is satisfied here. Third rule is satisfied here. Why? The empty spaces are all the same, are all exactly the same, yet the third rule is satisfied. We know that this would work, this and this would work, but why? What exactly is it about these that work? And why it also just allows, it just straight up allows the same exact things. Time to sleep? Alright, good night, QST. Thanks for watching and hanging out. It's been fun. What's with the second rule? Why doesn't this satisfy the second rule? Second rule is... This also works. Wait, what? This also works. So it is okay. It is okay if the blank areas are exactly the same shape. What is not okay about the blank areas? It's not okay if the, like, why does this work? Why does this work? They're both 1x2s, but this does not work. They're 1x2s, but rotated. And this works. They're not the same at all. Maybe same thing as last area, just exactly 2 blank areas for the second rule. I mean, that's possible, yeah. Exactly 2 blank areas. Okay, yeah, maybe that's just the second rule, but what the hell's the third rule? The third rule is pretty confusing to me now. It allows a 1x1. Does it allow... It does not allow a 2x2. It allows a 1x1. Oh, I think I get it too. ASDF, you're just sent like a telepathic message to my brain, and it gave me the answer with you saying nothing. No hints. Just the fact that your revelation, epiphany, gave me the epiphany too. Do you guys see it? You guys see it? The blank area here plus the blank area here makes a square. The blank area here plus the blank area here makes a square. And if you do this blank area plus this blank area also makes a square. This 1x1 appended to this shape makes a square. Ban ASDF for telepathically spoiling. Oh my god! And that makes a square, 3x3 square. That makes a 3x3 square. Wow. That makes a 3x3 square. Wow. Okay, we're looking to make a 4x4 square, right? Is this right? No. I'm... like this. Perhaps? No. Wait, no. What are we looking to make? We're looking to make a 5 by... We're looking to make a 5 by 5 square. We can't make a 4 by 4 square this way. 5 by 5 square. So we're looking for a staircase here, kind of deal. I don't know if we can do that. Like, you know, if we did something like this, the right piece, ignore the weird areas in the middle, but like the right piece and the left piece, do they fit together to be a 5 by 5 square? No, it's a 5 by 4 here. So what size square are we looking for? Because I don't think I can make a 5 by 5 square when the vertical side is only a 4. Vertical side is only a 4. Well, we can do like the horizontal side longer, like this. But then we're missing. Then we're missing a bottom piece. The bottom right corner of this. The bottom right corner of the 5 by 5 square is missing. Yeah, this is tricky. What size square are we looking to make? What? What? Can we have more than 2 blank areas? Nope. We cannot have more than 2 blank areas. This seems very difficult. So like if we needed to make a 4 by 4 square in addition to this piece, we need a 3 by 3 square. We need something that's like this, right? We basically need that. But this shape cannot get both of these squares in them. If this was a 4 by 4 square, we do that? No. If this is a 4 by 4 square and we wanted to add on a piece, we would need a 5 by 5 L. And we can't make a 5 by 5 L with what we have here. So it seems like we are a little bit stuck. Oh, yeah, we're still stuck. Wait. What if the blank piece on the left was like this? The blank piece on the left is like this. Then we could do it, right? We could make a 5x5 square with a similar shape, with an opposite shape on the left. Because this bottom row of 5 would account, this piece right here would account for the extra height needed. So then we need a... Okay. Can I draw this, though? This is so difficult to draw. Then we would need, like, a piece that looks like this. This piece on the right and the piece I drew on the left earlier would make a 5x5 block. But it's like so impossible to... Seems so difficult to actually draw the piece. We're so close. We're so close. If I could draw this square, if I could draw the line to this square, then it would work. Or maybe not. I need to draw this piece. I need to get this piece too. Okay, okay. We gotta be close. We gotta be super duper close. So we... just do this. Oh fuck, I erased it. Oh, I had it. I had it for a second and I erased it. No. No. Oh no, I had it. Oh? Oh? I just need to start here. Oh my god. What? This is so weird. Do you look at those two blank pieces and say, hey, they add up to a square? It doesn't look like it. It really doesn't look like it, but if you take this piece and put it right here, this square goes on top of this square, and it makes a 5x5 square. That was cool. That was really cool. Yeah, you could just shift this whole piece up one tile and then slide it over to the left, and then you got a 5x5 square right here. Wow. Okay, so we're looking at 3 different pieces. 3 different pieces that add up to a square. First rule, don't touch any squares. Second rule, have exactly 3 different blank areas. Third rule, have the 3 different blank areas add up to a square. Doable? So... Oh, this is 2 pieces, though. This is 2 pieces. I need 3 pieces. My god. What the? Holy cow, this got way more complicated than yesterday. Hey, Easy B, welcome back. How? Okay, so like, This would be a way to get 3 pieces, but how do we fit them into a square? Or maybe that's not what we're trying to do. Maybe that's not what we're trying to do at all. We don't actually need to fit them into a square. We just need to have 3 different pieces and they need to fit into a rectangle, perhaps. Maybe that's it. They just need to fit into a rectangle. Armknock, I have no idea what I'm looking at. This is a puzzle game called Understand. And the whole point of this puzzle game is there are these sets of levels that all adhere to a certain rule or certain set of rules. And so for this set of levels, 4-8, you've got like 9 different levels that all follow the same 3 rules. And you know that there's 3 rules governing this set because there's 3 circles at the bottom, 3 dots at the bottom. And the dots tell you whether which rules have been satisfied by the line that you draw. You have to draw a line through this grid such that it satisfies all 3 rules. And throughout the set, you're learning and deducing and experimenting and hypothesizing what each rule is. You have to figure out what each rule actually is, and then draw a line that satisfies all of the rules. So, for example, this one, we figured out that, like, okay, the first rule is just don't touch a square. Like, if we ever draw a line that ever touches a square, the first rule never lights up. This, right? But if we draw like something that doesn't touch a square or doesn't touch a symbol, the first rule lights up. So it's satisfied. First rule is just, well, it might not be, but I'm like 99% confident that the first rule is don't touch a square with your line. And the second rule we've deduced is to have 3 separate blank areas. Like, draw a line that splits the remaining sections into the remaining tiles into 3 different sections. So we've got a section here, a 1x1 section here, a 1x2 section here, and a 1x1 section here. And I think the third rule is that they need to the 3 different sections need to come together and form a rectangle. So we would have a rectangle here. If you brought these here, it would form a rectangle, right? How would this work? Oh, we would have to... What if you fill it out in reverse? Yeah, so like sometimes the direction matters. There are some rules that require you to start at a certain symbol or end at a certain symbol. So then in that case, direction would matter. Okay. How are we gonna make a rectangle here? Like that? Nice. So, like if you see these 2 pieces come down and then there's a gap here of a 1x1 square, which then gets filled by that. And then we have a 2x3 rectangle. So like this, 3 different sections, 3 different blank areas. We're not touching any symbols with our line. And then the 3 different blank areas add up to a rectangle. Okay, so we need like this. 3 different areas. Not every blank area needs to have a symbol. That used to be in other previous levels. That was a rule, but in this level it doesn't seem like it. We need, if we want a rectangle, like if we just carved out something like this, then we could do 2 separate 1x like this, a 1x1, a 1x2, and then that shape. Why doesn't that work? It's telling me this rectangle is not valid? So maybe the third rule is not a rectangle. Maybe the third rule is like a rectangle of 1:2 ratio. Well, that's not true. This is not a rectangle of 1:2 ratio. This is a square of 2:2. Or it could be a rectangle of 1:4. How does the top right become a rectangle? Here? So I was thinking like, so this shape here, right? It's missing a 1:3 to make a rectangle. So these two go here, and this one goes here, and then it makes a rectangle that is shaped 5 width, 2 height. But I'm not sure why it's not working. What if I did... Why does that work? Why does that work, but what I did didn't work? So you think it has to actually slide into place? No, like here it doesn't exactly slide into place or fall into place. And here it doesn't fall into place too. This is where you have to like bring it down and then over. How much speculating is allowed in chat? I would say very little, preferably. I don't want your speculation or guesses to end up accidentally giving me a hint on how to solve something. Not sure. Only telepathic hints allowed, yeah. So why does this work, but this did not work? It's because this is not in the right place, like I needed this to be here? Hmm. So, like, how is this gonna slide over? I don't particularly get it. This falls down and then slides over, and this fits in here. I don't know. I don't know why my previous... I hope this lack of understanding might hurt me here on this final level, because... Okay, we need 3 different sections, and then we need to make a rectangle. I don't know, something along this lines, like this, but better, but more correct. um, so like, if this is a blank shape, right? If this was a blank shape, what would I need to make a rectangle? 2 more pieces to make a rectangle. Like, maybe a 1:3 vertical and then a 1:1. But I don't think we can draw that here if we need to include these squares. But we could do a 1:2 vertical and a 1:2 horizontal. Can we do that? 1:2 vertical and a 1:2 horizontal. That's pretty tough to do. No individual rules on the final one, yeah, so you have to know your stuff. That doesn't work? I feel like that should work. but I guess it can't. I guess it can't like slide over or under here. It will just slide into this spot, and it looks weird. Hmm. Hmm. I need this one of these to be vertical. Maybe if one of if this was a vertical 1x2, I think it would work, and it would make a 3x3 square, which is also a rectangle. But I don't know if I can do that. Okay, wait, what about that? No, that doesn't work. Yeah, I don't fully understand. I don't fully understand what the third rule is. Like, how does this work? How is that valid? How is this valid, but my solution to the end isn't like the... But my other solution is not valid? Hmm? This works too? Like, this is not situated in... I had... My original solution was like this. Which is like, it looks nice because it just falls straight down into the empty spot. But apparently this works too, even though it doesn't fall into this empty spot. What are the first two rules? First rule is don't touch a square. Don't touch a symbol. Second rule is you have to have exactly 3 blank sections. 3 untouched sections. So 1, 2, and 3. 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 You seem to be getting rid of as many bricks as possible in the early ones. Is that something to consider? Maybe. I mean, like, this works. I'm not getting rid of all the bricks here. This works. So why is this valid? But this is not valid. All individual pieces have to be rectangles? No, but this is not a rectangle. This is not a rectangle and it works. You finished Dark Souls 1 and started Dark Souls 3. Nice. Good luck with it. Have fun. I think Dark Souls 3 was my favorite out of the Dark Souls games. And then I liked Sekiro more. But I would say, like, I like Sekiro and Elden Ring more than Dark Souls games. What about Dark Souls 2? We don't talk about Dark Souls 2. This is valid too, and this shape is not a rectangle. The sum of the smallest two should equal the largest. Oh. That's a freaking spoiler, man, but you might be right. It's not about rectangles. It's the sum of the smaller two being equal to the largest one. That's what I needed to figure out here, why this didn't work, because I added a square here. I added a square here instead of having, like, when I added a square to the largest piece, it no longer became the sum of the smallest two is equal to the largest one. Please give Bloodborne on PC, yes. Same. Okay, so... No, that's not right. That's not right either, because this doesn't work. So it's not just the sum, it's not just the number of tiles, it also is the shape of the tiles. I have to be able to make this shape with these two shapes, and I can't do that. Wait, yeah, I can. Wait, no, I can't, because I can't rotate them. Good news is you didn't get fully spoiled. Yeah, okay. So... or it is entirely wrong and just a coincidence. So we need to find a... Maybe this should not be the big piece. Maybe the big piece... I don't know. But if this is not the big piece and I have to separate these two, then I have to draw a line here. Which means... You know... it actually becomes really awkward if that is not the big piece. Yeah, I can't... If these two are separated, then these two have to be together. And if these two are together... It's close. It's pretty close. Probably these two are together. My intuition tells me these two are grouped together. Two of these squares are grouped together as the big piece. Most likely as the big piece. What if it's the center? Oh! Oh my lord. That was not what I thought it was gonna be. The two in the middle are grouped together. And then you've got a corner, a 1x1, and then this corner piece that adds up to this shape. Damn. Damn. Wow. What? It was the union, not the sum. Right, sure, sure. Wow, crazy. Alright. We'll try to finish chapter 4 today, if we can. So... Looks like first rule is start at a circle. Second rule is don't touch a square. Third rule is I have no idea, because third rule is almost always seems active. Almost always correct. As long as there's at least one blank area. The third rule... And then fourth rule. This works for the fourth rule. This works for the fourth rule, and this works for the fourth rule. Okay. 4 rules, does that make it easier or worse? Oh, for sure harder. More rules is definitely harder. Wait, okay, so the first rule is not start at a circle. Because the first rule, if it was start at a circle, then... Oh, going the other way also works. Oh, interesting. First rule is not start at a circle. The first rule is there are no circles in the blank area. Perhaps. First rule, maybe there are no circles in the blank area. Second rule, don't touch any squares. I still don't know about the third rule. This satisfies the third rule. This does not satisfy the third rule. All the squares are in the same blank area? All the squares are in the same blank area, perhaps? Yeah? That looks possible. That looks possible. All the squares are in the same blank area, are together. And fourth rule, I have no idea for now. What? Okay, what? First rule, blank areas do not have a circle. Wow, interesting. First rule, blank areas do not have a circle. Second rule, don't touch a square. This level should be great for working out rules. Yeah, I think so too. It's fairly simplistic, right? It's got a small area, 1 row. First rule, blank areas should not have a circle. Second rule, don't touch a square. Third rule. Okay, when I click a single area, when I click a single square or single tile, it satisfies the third rule except for this. Which said the third rule was that the squares are in, all the squares are in the same blank area. So I guess that kind of makes sense, right? Like, yeah. All the squares are in the same blank area. So what is the fourth rule? That's the one we need to crack. The fourth rule is peculiar here. That satisfies the fourth rule. This does not. This does. This does not. And this does. So, like, blank area is a 1x4. Blank area is a 1x4. Blank area is a 1x2. But, so blank area is two distinct 1x2s. But here, a 1x1 and a 1x3 does not work. 2 1x1s don't work. A 1x1 and a 1x2 doesn't work. And this is the one that... Yeah, please don't spoil. Thanks. So fourth rule is... Is this the only solution? This is the only solution. So far, all the solutions have had only one blank area. But it is possible for 2 blank areas to satisfy the fourth rule, if they are the same shape, size, and orientation, perhaps? Wait, this also works. There are 2 solutions to this. There are 2 solutions to this level. This works, and this also works. Why does this satisfy the fourth rule? This satisfies the so this satisfies the fourth rule, and it has two 1x2s. This satisfies the fourth rule. It has one 1x2 and one 1x1. Okay. Oh boy. What? Why does this not satisfy the fourth rule? It's not about the number of blank areas, because we're able to solve it whether we have one blank area or two blank areas. This is a solution, valid solution with one blank area, the valid solution with two blank areas. Why doesn't this work? This works for the fourth rule. 1x6. 1x5 does not work. 1x4 works. 1x3 works. 1x2 works. 1x1 works. 0x0 also works. Your idea was wrong anyways. Yeah, okay. What's up with this? Why doesn't this work? The blank area is a 1x5 here, but it doesn't work. But this blank area sums up to 5, but it works. One by 6 works. 1x5 does not work. Maybe the blank areas cannot be exactly 5? Blank areas cannot be... Individual blank areas cannot be exactly 5 squares for 5 tiles? No, this doesn't work. And why would this doesn't... It satisfies all other 3 rules, but it doesn't satisfy the 4th rule. You just wishlisted this game and saw the reviews. There was someone reviews, this game would be good if 4-9 did not exist. Oh no. Oh no. 4-9, we're screwed. Okay. Let's see. The rules. No blank areas have any circles in them. Don't touch the squares. All the squares are in the same blank area. And don't be a multiple of 5. That's not a multiple of 5, that's 8. 7 does not work, 8 does not work, but 6 is okay. And 4 is okay. And 2 is okay. And 3 is not okay. Blank areas need to be rectangles. No. Because this was a rectangle. What? I don't get it. I don't get it. But there are certain shapes that work. Rule number 4 has to do with the shape or size of the blank areas, I think. Like, whenever I leave the blank area as this sort of shape, it's either a 2x2 or a 3x3, 2x3, 2x2, 2x3 works. 3x3 does not work. And like a singular line works as well. What if I did something like this? 2x4 works? I don't know. rule number 3 is that the squares need to be in the same blank area. So this is the only solution that allows the squares to be in the same blank area while also touching all the circles. So apparently Tetris piece works. I don't understand this. Feels like a little brute forcing. This works. Right, 1 by 2 works. But I need to have... What? What is this? Okay, so we can have more than one blank area. We already knew that. We can have more than one blank area. The blank areas need to be certain sizes. This is a size of 6. This is a size of 1. So size 1 works. Right? Size 1 works. Size 6 works. Size 2 works. Size 4 works. Size 3 works. Size 5 does not work. 5 does not work. Six does not work. Wait, 6 works. 5 does not work. 7 does not work. 7 does not work. 8 does not work. 9, 10 does not work. 11 does not work. 12 works. 13, 14 don't work. So the numbers that don't work are 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Why does 12 work all of a sudden? 12 and 6 work. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12 work. The other numbers don't. And this is 6, size 6. You sure about 3? Yeah, I'm pretty sure about 3. See? 3 works. Rule 4 is satisfied. Size 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So, wait. 12 does not work anymore. What? 12 worked here. 12 worked here in a rectangle format, 3 by 4. But 12 does not work here when it's not a rectangle format. Huh. So it's not just about the number of tiles in the blank areas. The shape also matters. Okay, there's only so many possibilities here, right? I've exhausted all the possibilities. There we go. So this is a 6. This is 6, size 6, and size 1. Similar to what we did here, size 6 and size 1. What? Would that be 2 separated rules, like size and form? Not necessarily, because there are some rules that talk about the shape of an area that would. If a rule governs the shape of an area, it can potentially also govern the size of the area. Like, if a rule says, if the rule is like blank areas need to be perfect squares, the shape need to be perfect squares. Well, that also governs it can only be size 1, 4, 9, 16, and so on, right? But I don't know exactly what's going on here. I'm confused. There's so many levels to this stage. There's so many levels to this set that, like, we should be getting a lot of data on what the rule number 4 actually is, except these two squares need to be together. They need to be touching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What if I do that? This is valid, but it doesn't satisfy. The rule number 3 is that these need to be together. The squares need to be together in the same. There we go. 6 is a magic number. 6 seems to work no matter what shape it is in. Like, this is a really odd shape. This is a really odd shape. This is an odd shape. 12 only seemed to work when it was a nice shape. Because, like, I tried 12 here and it didn't work either. Okay. So, I mean, shouldn't this be easy? Can I just do that? How the hell does that not work? I was told that 6 was the magic number. Wait, what? How does 6 works in every other shape, but not in this shape? Bro. Yeah, I mean, I still don't understand the rules. This is I can see why someone was salty about this stage or this set in the reviews, because I'm just like trying to brute force it now, because I've gone through 10 levels with this rule set and I still don't understand rule number 4. Hmm. Here's 6 and it doesn't work. This is a shape, a 6 tile blank area, but it doesn't work. What's up with that? This 4 shape doesn't work either. 3 also doesn't work. Why? Why does this not work, but that doesn't work either? Okay. This L shape works. But here it doesn't work. You see that? Oh, this is even valid. Is the total number of spaces in the diagram significant? It might be. It completely might be, but I don't know. I'm trying to figure out right now, I'm trying to figure out why this shape is valid. See this Tetris shape? This Tetris shape is valid for rule number 4, but then this Tetris shape is not valid for rule number 4. I understand even less with each iteration. Yeah, it's confusing as hell. This is not valid either. But like this will be. Wait, this is not valid either? But then why is this valid? This is the exact same shape. This is the exact same shape, which is satisfying rule 4 as this one. This is valid. Same shape, but one has white squares and one doesn't. Yeah. I'm trying to think about that. I'm wondering if that has something to do with it. What if I? That's valid too, and it doesn't have white squares in it. So it's not just about shape, but it also has something to do with the squares. It's not just about shape or size of the blank area, it also has something to do with squares. What if I did this? That's not valid. What if I did this? That's valid. This is not valid. So the corner, also like the corner piece that has size 3 is valid when there's no square in it, but it's not valid when there is a square in it. So rule number 4 has something to do. It depends on if there is a square in the. It depends on if there is a square in the thing or not. Like a 1x1 is not valid if there's a square in it. Like I feel like if there's a square in it, it needs to be bigger. No, it's not just needs to be bigger. But like certain numbers don't work if there's a square in it. Like the size 3 doesn't work if there's a square in it. You think the fourth rule involve only the white areas that have squares in it? That could be very true. That could be very true. There's a lot of squares in this one. This blank area has 4 squares in it, it's total size 6, and it's okay. Hmm. Trying to look for similarities between all of these white square areas. 2x2 always seems to work. 2x3 always seems to work. Why does this one work? Like, I was thinking... I don't know. Y'all like brute forcing? I'm still not getting it. They're all with even areas? Yes, that's true. They are all with even areas, but it's not just that, right? Because I tried one with just with this is even area of 6. It doesn't work. But I've also never had we've never had a area with exactly 3 squares. Can we make an area with exactly 3 squares? You see, an area with exactly 3 squares, this 2x3 works. We need to figure out what works for an area with exactly 3 squares. 2x3 works, but is there anything else that would work? This is the only other level that has more than 2 squares on it. Every other, yeah. And if we separate the squares, we're not going to satisfy rule number 2. Which we know, rule number 3. We satisfy rule number 4, but not rule number 3. Because the squares are separated. Can you remind us what the first 3 rules are? Yeah, sure. First rule is you have to touch all the circles. Hello. Helio. First rule is you have to touch all the circles. Second rule is you can't touch any square. Third rule is all the squares have to be in the same white area, same untouched area. You can have an untouched area, you can have a blank area with no squares in it, but all the squares that do exist on the map have to be together in the same blank area. That's fairly confident about those, but I mean, I don't know. Could still be wrong. I haven't had anything contradicting them so far. It's the rule number 4 that we can't quite figure out exactly. It has something to do with the size or shape of the blank areas with squares in them. It might also matter how many squares there are. So we know that this shape works, right? Wait. How did I... Oh, this shape works. We know that this shape works for 6. What if I do the same shape? 1, 2, down, 1, 2, 3, down. What if I do the same shape, but shifted down into the right one? Hi, Leo. Like this. This also works. So with one square in this shape and 2 squares in this shape, it still works. Mikey Michi said, the white areas with squares need to have an even number of cells, but it's not enough. There should be something else. But for sure, an odd area with square has never worked until so far. I agree with that. I have not seen an odd area work so far if it has a square in it. Hold on one sec. Rule 3 and 4 don't have anything to do with all the squares being in the same white area. That's a rule debunked. With what we just drew right now? I guess I didn't phrase it right. Maybe I should have phrased it like white squares cannot be in separate white squares cannot be in separate blank areas, separate white areas. Because we crossed out this square, because we like drew over this square, it's not in a blank area, so it doesn't contradict rule 3. It's not in a blank area, so it doesn't contradict rule 3. But if there are squares in a blank area, those squares in blank areas need to be all in the same blank area. You cannot have. The easiest way to say it is you cannot have multiple blank areas with squares in them. But yeah, even is not enough. Even is not enough. Wait. I have a feeling this might work. Damn it. Well, this is odd. This is odd. How much is this? Is 10? Can I do 12? That's 12, right? This is the most minimalistic we can do in terms of drawing the fewest number, touching the fewest number of tiles. This is the minimum we can do that satisfies the first rule. And then I mean, I don't really want to try to brute force this. Because, like, I need to figure out, I need to actually understand the rule. That works. Could you go back to 3 or 4? Like here, early? These ones? These are too simple for us to understand what the rule is. Because there's no possibility for the shape of the blank area with the square to be wider. Like, we know 1 by 2 works. We know 1 by 1 doesn't work. We know 1 by 3 doesn't work. We know 1 by 4 works. And we know 1 by 5 doesn't work. 1 by 5 here does not work. Or this is 1 by 6. 1 by 6 works. 1 by 5 does not work. Why do squares 3 plus 4 work but not 4 plus 5? This and this? Why does this work but not this? My understanding is that with this, the blank area that contains the square is size 3. It has 1, 2, 3 tiles, and that's not valid. But when you do this, the blank area that contains the square is size 2, and that is valid. Because rule 4 has to do with the blank area that contains the square symbol, and does not care about blank areas that does not contain the square symbol. That seems pretty good, pretty certain. So let's reset a little bit. The blank areas that contain the squares needs to be 2 by 2 is okay, 2 by 3 is okay, 1 by 2 is okay, 1 by 4 is okay, 1 by 5 is not okay, 1 by 3 is not okay, 1 by 1 is not okay. Alright, hold on. 1 is not okay. Hello, Leah. 2 is okay. 2, 4, 6 are okay. 2, 4, 6 are okay, but 8 is not okay. Well, 8 is maybe okay. 8 might be okay if depending on the shape. I bet a 2 by 4 would work. Yeah, 2 by 4 works, but it doesn't work if it's like this. This is also 8, so it's not just the size, but also the shape. That works. Why does this work and this doesn't? Oh yeah. So it has to be even. And this works too. How does that work? This also works. This also works. Does this work? Nope. And this does not work. But this works. This L shape does not work, but the Tetris piece works. This is interesting. So up until this level, before this level, all the valid answers have had like a rectangular shape. The blank area with the squares have had a rectangular shape in order for it to be valid. But all of a sudden here, this non-rectangular shape is valid. This non-rectangular shape is somehow valid. This is not symmetrical. Maybe something to do with like... I mean, this is not symmetrical either. You're saying this is symmetrical? This shape is not symmetrical, right? How do you draw a line through this blank shape so that it's the same on both sides? If you draw this way, it's not a mirror of each other. That's not symmetry. This, I guess if you draw a diagonal, it's symmetrical. This is, I guess if you draw this, like these two pieces are the same, kind of. I mean, Jesus. See, that's why I thought this might have worked, because this looks kind of symmetrical, right? I thought maybe this would have worked. Or like this could have worked. Or like this could have worked. They're kind of symmetrical. But that doesn't seem to be the case. What? That was completely random. Complete luck, brute forced it. So it's a total size of 10. It's a total size of 10, which has never worked before in the past. But why? That satisfies our guess? What do you mean? What's the rule? What is the rule here? I still don't see it. I still don't see the rule. Repeating pieces rather than straight symmetry. Repeating pieces rather than straight symmetry. Symmetrical if you ignore the squares. Do they tell the rule somewhere? Not that I know of. Like, there's no solution manual, but you could probably look it up. But I don't know if YouTube will explain it or not. Maybe people who have actually figured it out will have explained it somewhere. 3 across with 2 under repeated. 3 across with 2 under repeated? 3. Oh, okay. So it's like this shape. It's this shape once, and then this shape again. 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 This shape and this shape. This shape and this shape. This shape and this shape. Wow. Maybe it was supposed to be a hint. This symbol that represents this chapter maybe was supposed to be a hint. This shape and this shape repeated again. For this specific set. Jeez. That's tough. That is tricky. Why does 5x1 and 3x1 does not work though? Because they're not repeated. 3x1, how do you split that into 2 sections that are repeats of each other? They're not, you can't. You would get 1.5 pieces in 1.5 tiles in each half. Yeah, so that doesn't work. Okay. See if we can speedrun this one. 410. Looks very familiar. First 3 rules might actually be exactly the same. Yeah, it looks like the first 3 rules are the same. First rule is Gotta touch all the circles. Second rule, don't touch any squares. Third rule, squares need to be together in the same blank area. And fourth rule, I don't know yet. Something to do with the blank areas of the squares. Brute force would be sad. I mean, I kind of got the solution at the end after I brute forced it, so. This probably has something to do with symmetry. So like this, so far it looks a little bit less strict than last time. Like they're not exact pieces duplicated twice, but maybe they're allowed to be rotated. Oh my god, misclicked. Is this not right? This, and I guess these are not the same pieces. You see, like this is one half and this is one half and they're rotated. This is one half and this is one half and they're rotated. Okay. This is one half and this is one half and they're rotated. Easy. You guys see that? Here's an L-shaped Tetris piece here, and then you rotate it and you have another L-shaped Tetris piece here. Now the circle is here. Now how do we do it? Okay, a T-shaped Tetris piece here and a T-shaped Tetris piece here. Rotated. Boom. Once we know about the rule for the previous one, this one is basically easier. It's much, much easier. It's just like, this is a piece, and this is a piece. Okay, that was a speed run. That was fast. Okay, bonus level. Thinking outside the box level. Started a circle, ended a square. Third rule's don't touch a triangle. And then who knows what the fourth rule is. So this... Wait, okay, I didn't end at a square, right? Huh. Why doesn't this work? That doesn't work either? What's the difference? This could be so many different things. Not to do with the size of the blank area. I can't even get past the second level of the set. What is this? I have to end at a square, right? Like, I'm trying some outside of the box things, like clicking on the UI and stuff. Can we go through the square and come back to it? Nope. So, let's ignore the square for now and try to figure out rule number 4. Okay. Rule number 4, this is valid. This is valid. This is not valid. This is not valid. This is valid. So it's like anytime we draw a horizontal line of 2 length is valid. That has so far been the only valid answer. Can you move to 4-3? Oh yeah, you can. You can. I didn't know that, but you can. How do we satisfy rule number How do we satisfy rule number 4? Huh? Wait, why doesn't this satisfy rule number 4 anymore? Okay, there's some weird stuff going on here. There's some weird crap going on now. The first level, the solution no longer works. Huh. What if if I undo everything, this works again. Yeah, the rules somehow change based on what you're doing in the other levels. What? So I've already completed the final level, but I haven't completed this actual stage. This is no longer valid. Interesting. If I draw a vertical line here in the first stage, now vertical lines are valid in the second stage. So what if the first line that I draw, let's undo everything, and then let's do that. So I'm allowed to do this now? Oh. What? What? Okay, look at the position of this triangle. There's a triangle in the first 2 levels, the triangle's in the upper right corner. Third level, the triangle's in this spot, in the center, kind of. And then the last 2 levels, the triangle is in the same spot as well. Isn't that fishy? Okay, wait. So I have a line here, horizontal line, and a vertical line here, and now neither of them work for the next level. But if I cancel this, then it will work. But I don't end at this, like, this is valid, but I don't end at the square. It seems like I have to draw the... Yeah, I mean, it seems like I have to draw the same line. Okay, let me try this. Oh, but I don't have to be in the same direction. If I do this, right, I can draw like this, and that's still valid. Okay, so okay, look. If we draw this, right? If this is our first line, which is down first and then a square shape, we can then draw this, and that's also valid because we're covering the same tiles. We need to cover the same tiles in every single level, and they need to be able to go from the circle to the square without touching the triangle. Okay? So we need to cover these three tiles, this tile, this tile, this tile. We also need to cover this tile and this tile. And then we need to cover this tile down here, and finally we need to cover these tiles. So basically the first 3 rows. We need to have some sort of pattern that goes through all first 3 rows. So like something like this, I think. Okay, we do that. That's satisfied. That works. Now I need to draw the exact same path, but end here instead. So like this. Then I need to draw the exact same path, but end there instead. Oh my god, it's happening. Oh my god, that's so cool. That's so cool. Wow. Wow. What? Wow. And I actually think it didn't need to be this exact same shape, or it didn't need to be exactly these grid tiles. I could have shifted this whole thing down 1 or 2 tiles and it probably still would have worked. Like if I had done this, see, it's still satisfied. It just needs to be the shape needs to be the same. But I ended up doing it in a way that the actual tiles were exactly the same. Devs are messing around now. Yeah, I mean, like, this is some pretty cool stuff. Pretty crazy things that you have to figure out. All right, so that was chapter 4. I'm afraid of what this game has in store for later. What are these? -1, -2? Whoa, okay. Well, I am going to call it here for today. This is pretty cool. Next time we'll start on chapter 5, whatever this means. And yeah, thanks so much for hanging out. This was fun. I will be back tomorrow for more Gwent and more Understand, more big brain puzzle gameplay. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, following, subscribing, and supporting the channel. Obligatory Green Chef promotion if you guys live in the US. I would highly recommend using my link there in the chat to order yourself some Green Chef. Get some delicious, healthy, easy to prepare food at 60% off and free shipping on your first box with my code. Thanks for the support, guys. Good night. Yeah, we're only 33% done with the first world, and there's like 2 more worlds apparently. Oh, it's not 2 more worlds. I lied. It's not 2 more worlds. These are other save files. Those are save files. I didn't realize that. I thought that we had 2 more worlds of content. So we're actually 1/3 through the game. We're actually 1/3 through the game, and there's like, I guess 12 chapters. Okay, cool. All right. Interesting. Bye-bye. Later, chat. See you tomorrow. All right, I'm rating Rashid. I don't think I've rated him very much in the past, but he streams some Gwent. Go say hi. Bye bye.